Well, really excited for our guys. I thought we had a really good game plan, really good preparation throughout the week. Talked to our guys about getting better over the last few weeks, and I really feel like we are getting better after going through a little bit of a rut. Appreciate the way the guys come to practice every day. Our preparation Monday through Thursday gives us an opportunity to be successful on Saturday, and that was the challenge we had to them before Texas Tech. And had some success, and it kind of carried over to today. I thought our guys played with a lot of confidence, a lot of belief that they knew what TCU was going to do, and we just had to go out and play with great technique and execute, and had some really good performances individually. Obviously, Felix is an unbelievable performance, but had collectively a really good team effort. We were able to rush the football for some success. We were able to throw the ball with some success. I thought our defense played really well. We were able to rush the passer. We were able to play good coverage, and we were able to somewhat control the rush game. This is a really good offensive team, and we knew they were going to get some plays. And I think the critical plays that we hadn't been making on defense, we were making today, whether it's a couple of fourth down stops or even the one stop that made them kick the field goal on their first drive when it ended up being 7-3. But the fourth down stops are critical, and guys are excited. They're celebrating a big homecoming victory. It was fun to win at home in front of a great crowd. The crowd was fabulous as usual. Can't thank the fans enough for coming out and supporting our guys. And we're going to enjoy it today, and we got to go back to work on Monday.
Chris, from your vantage point, just how is Felix being so productive right now?
He's just relentless. He's a terrific pass rusher. He lets the game come to him. He doesn't just rush the passer. He lets the game come to him. If it's a run play, he's playing it like a run, and then he counters and gets upfield. And some of those sacks are off a three-man rush, so you can credit some of it to some coverages that we were playing that the quarterbacks had to hold it. And then other times he's just, he gets speed. He's got explosiveness. He's strong. He works his craft, and it was fun to see it come to fruition. Now, having Bronson Massey back helped us as well, because then he could get a few snaps off and he was fresh.
What did you say to Felix after this one?
We celebrated with him in the locker room. He got one of our Hammer Awards, and the guys were razzing him, but they were having a great time with him. How could you not be excited for the kid? I think he set all sorts of records today, and every one of them was a critical play in a tight ball game. And so I'm so happy for him, and so happy that our guys are happy for him, because Felix earns it. He works his tail off every day in practice.
Felix aside, how good was the defense?
Really pleased, Fitz, that we're improving on defense. And I could see that over the last couple weeks that we're improving. Our corners are playing much better right now. I think we're battling on 50-50 balls. We're playing good zone coverage at times, playing good man coverage. Our safeties are complementing that. We've been good up front. We've been good at linebacker, and our secondary play improving is really been the key for us in the last few weeks. And so I'm hoping they continue to build off it. When you have success the last 2 weeks like they've had, especially that second half last week in the full game, they've got to have confidence.
Skyler's numbers weren't quite as gaudy today, but how good has he been since coming back?
He's been really good, and I think TCU did some really good things from a coverage standpoint, and they got really good pass rushers too, and he threw for 242 yards. I mean, he's making some big-time plays at critical situations. He had a couple of really good rushes in the first half on scrambles where he was able to pick up first downs, where we were able to move the chains and keep drives alive, and really pleased with the output that we did offensively, and obviously Sky's playing at a high level.
One more for me. You mentioned confidence being contagious and maybe adding to winning. Did you sense the confidence of your team coming into this?
Yeah, I really did. Belief and confidence are a tough combination to beat. And when you believe your brother's going to get his job done, and you have confidence in the game plan, and you have confidence in what you've watched, and belief and confidence go hand in hand. And I know when you win a football game like we did last week and late, that really helps have that belief and confidence. But throughout the last 2 weeks, just the way we've practiced, we've got great leadership out there. Both sides of the ball, and I hope it's contagious, because our kids are having fun. And you have a locker room like we've had the last 2 weeks, that's a lot of fun.
Felix breaks 2 K-State records and ties an FBS record. Can he even improve on this as well? I mean, being such a young player.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're going to have the stats like that, but I'm sure that there's things that he can continue to improve on and get better at. But you have that special day. It's pretty awesome that it happened today. It happened at home. It happened on homecoming.
And then Deuce Vaughn had, I thought, a quiet but really good, productive game. Just talk about his day.
Yeah, he really did. We thought we had a play dialed up with him down the seam out of the backfield. We used it in that first drive to get us a big play to get us down to the 4 when Skyler scored the next play. He popped the 4th down run. I think we got him maybe misaligned, and he got a big run there. And then he still gains those tough yards. He has 116 rushing yards on 20 carries, but he gained some tough yards against a really good defense. The one big play, though, to get us to 14-3 midway through the second quarter was huge for us.
Chris, I know you never want to see a skirmish break out in a game like you had there today, but how did you think your team handled that, and what was your vantage point?
Well, for the most part, I thought we handled it well. I didn't see it. I saw the original flag being thrown when they hit Skyler late, and then I kind of just went back to talk to Mess and Colin about what the next play was, and then all of a sudden I see something going on the other sideline. I credit our guys, I credit our strength staff and our support staff for keeping our guys on the sideline and not rushing over. That would have been an ugly scene. It was already, from what I understand, not a great scene. I didn't see anything because it was away from us. I don't know what happened to Tyrone. I know he got kicked out, and he'll learn from that. But I don't know what happened. I just don't know. You hate to see that stuff, obviously.
What was your general blocking scheme on Deuce's run on that 4th down play?
It was just a zone scheme that we had worked on and had success against him last year. He just found a little crease and bounced it outside. And because it was a 4th and 1, they had everybody up there in kind of a zero coverage, and they didn't have a safety back there. And so we were able to pop a big run.
And you had it to do otherwise, the play call from the 1 that turned into the safety?
I was talking to the defense. I didn't even see the play call. I didn't see the play. We were going through something because they had just gotten a big drive against us on defense. And so we were kind of going through some adjustments there. Probably not great by the head coach then, because I didn't see the play. I don't know what happened. Next thing I know, we're kicking off or punting after a safety.
Did Jay Smith suffer an injury in pregame?
No.
What did you think of Ross Elder's play today?
We made some changes in the back end, and Ross and J-Mac flipped spots, and we were going to play all 4 guys. I thought Ross did some good things. I thought Sincere Mason did some really good things. It was good to see Sincere come back and play a really good role for us this game, because he's a good football player that is new to our program, but I'm excited about.
Coach, TCU was 100% success rate in the red zone coming into the game, and you guys found a way to neutralize that. Kind of how did you get that job done?
Well, a couple of great plays by individual effort and collectively on the 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, and then they throw it on 4th and goal at the 1. That was big. And then, they run the jet sweep against us, and I thought Daniel Green made a huge play to limit them to a field goal. And then, we make – I don't know if it was truly in the red zone or not, where we get the strip and the fumble, and Nick Allen makes a big recovery. Those are the guys that are so fun to have make – Nick Allen makes a big fumble recovery. Nick Allen's the backup to Daniel Green. Daniel Green's either gassed or something, or he's out, so Nick Allen comes up and makes a big play. That's when you're having success as a football team, is when the role players are playing substantial snaps and making critical key plays, and it keeps everybody involved. So I was really pleased with the red zone defense.
And then Daniel obviously had the long catch for a touchdown today. How important is he to this offense?
Well, he's really critical because he's a big play threat, and we'd kind of waited on that play. We hit the same play with Briley Moore last year at their place, and it got down to maybe like the 3 or 4 yard line, and I appreciate Mess kind of holding it off. I knew he was going to call it at some point. I saw him run it enough during the week, and they were coming downhill so fast at us, especially when we were showing jet action, that Daniel was able to arc out of there and get past the safety. And when Daniel makes a catch in the open field, that's a big guy rumbling, and he did a great job of keeping people away. We did some good blocks downfield. That was a huge touchdown at that time to get it to 28-5.
See Joe Irvin today. What would you say his status is?
Just didn't feel good prior to the game. He was with us at the hotel last night, and then had I think a little bit of a virus or something. Nothing major, and just didn't think he could go. But nothing. He'll be back next week for sure.
I don't think we saw Malik or Philip finish the game. Was that just?
Yeah, I got to learn what happened to those two guys. I know that the trainer said that they were questionable to come back, and so we kind of held them off a little bit as best we could because we were trying to run the football and we were up a little bit. So I don't know the significance or severity of either of those guys' injuries.
Coach, were you prepared to see Chandler Morris out there today, and how do you feel like your defense handled that?
Yeah, I wasn't anticipating seeing Chandler Morris out there. I'm a huge Max Duggan fan. I think the kid's a great competitor, and I know he was banged up, but he's just like Sky. He's a winner, and I know he was trying to give him everything he could, and I don't know if something happened and he got hurt, but obviously Chandler came in and did some really good things. He's a really good athlete, made some nice throws, and I don't think their offense changed, though.
Chris, like the two catches that Daniels had this year for touchdowns, I think I did the numbers. The average is 70.5 yards per catch. Is that?
It's pretty good.
Kind of like it is quite good. And I guess is that something that he shows in practice, or is that just kind of an ironic thing that has worked out? They've been both long plays.
No, it's something he shows in practice. He's an explosive player, and people usually know where he's at, but I think they had to make some plays and try to come downhill and try to stop the run. I think just it was a really good call by Mess at the time, and Daniel got behind people. And then he's a really, really good athlete that catches ball and runs really well in space, and he was a benefactor of those two big plays.
I know you mentioned you didn't actually see anything with the skirmish itself, but have you got a chance to talk to Tyrone just about his?
I have not, because I think they took he and the two TCU kids in the locker room. So I have not. We'll address it. I mean, Tyrone, if he's protecting his teammates and stuff, something we'll learn from. But man, I mean, I don't know what happened, and so I don't really want to comment on it when I don't know.
This is the first time we saw Chris Tennant this season at all. Was this just that he beat Tayton this week? Or
a little bit of both. Tayton has struggled a little bit with a lower extremity injury that's not severe. I mean, not that he's out, but he's just struggled a little bit with trying to get healthy. And Chris continues to get better. And it was an opportunity for us to give Chris a chance. I think Tayton's a wonderful kicker, and I think Chris is going to be a great kicker, but we wanted to give him an opportunity. So the older guys rallied behind Chris.
I had a silly question. Do you have any Halloween plans after this?
Nope, nothing. Nope. What time is it? 8 o'clock yet? Time for I don't know.
That have earned national awards and accolades. What do you see in Felix in that realm, as far as having the mental maturity to be able to handle that?
Yeah, stay humble, stay hungry. He's a real humble kid. Great upbringing. He's surrounded by really good people in our locker room. He's surrounded by good friends. He hangs out with the right. This is going to be pretty cool, and I'm sure he's going to get a lot of media attention on this deal, as well he should, but I don't worry about Felix is going to come back on Monday ready to go to work and ready to get better.